After its debut as weightlifting in the Tokyo 1964 Paralympic Games, the sport, now known as powerlifting, expanded from just male lifters with a spinal cord injury to include athletes with physical impairments that affect their lower limbs or hips, or athletes with short stature. Female powerlifters made their Paralympic debut in 2000. Powerlifting is the ultimate test of upper body strength, and you'll often see athletes lifting more than 3 times their own body weight. Powerlifters are split into 10 different categories based on body weight for each gender. Powerlifting consists of one discipline, a bench press. Unlike the able-bodied sport where athletes use their feet on the floor to assist the bench press, Paralympic athletes lie totally flat on a completely different style of bench. Each competitor has 2 minutes to complete their attempt. When the lifter has the bar under full control, they must wait until they receive the command, start. Start! Then they have to lower the bar in a controlled manner and definitively stop it on the chest. Next, they press it upwards, lock out both elbows simultaneously and hold the bar under control until the referees command to wrap. At least 2 white lights are required from 3 referees for a good lift. A red light indicates a bad lift. Athletes have 3 attempts, and the winner is the athlete that lifts the heaviest weight. In the 3rd round, 2 weight changes are permitted. The weight change can be higher or lower. No changes are allowed if the lifter has already been called to the platform by the speaker, and/or if the bar has already been loaded. To attempt a new record, it must exceed the previous one set by a minimum of 0.5 kilograms. Where a world record is broken during the actual 3 lifts of competition, the 0.5 kilograms does not count towards the competition total, but is rounded down to the full kilogram. The jury may allow a 4th attempt for a world record. This adds suspense to the competition, as a lifter could break the world record but may not win gold. Powerlifting offers a tense and dramatic spectacle where coaches have to be good strategists as their athletes battle to outlift their rivals.
So good morning, it is day 2 of these 2018 World Para Powerlifting Asia-Oceania Open Championships at the Riverwalk Theatre, the spectacular Riverwalk Theatre in Kitakyushu in southwestern Japan. It's the longest day as well, this Sunday. We've got 4 events today across the next 7 hours or so. 2 in the women, 2 in the men. The action behind the scenes at this Riverwalk Theatre. Women's 50k final is coming up now. That'll be followed in 2 hours by the men's 59 kg decider. The women's 55 is on at 3:45 local Japanese time. Around 5.5 hours away from here. And the men's up to 65 kg final, the last event, which gets underway at 5:45 Japanese time, that is 08:45 GMT. It was quite wet yesterday in Kitakyushu, but still quite warm too, heading towards 30 Celsius. This is what we have today then. Japanese times all the way. It's just coming up in 10:20 Sunday morning here. Women's 50 kg final is coming up. We've got 11 going in that. Men's 59 kg then coming up in early afternoon, mid-afternoon. Women's 55 kg, 3:45 Japanese time, and then we round off heading into the Sunday evening of the men's 65 kg decider. So this is who we have then in the B group of the women's 50 kg final. Kelly Cartwright for Australia. Kaya Scholl is in this as well, along with Japan's Akiko Nakajima, Fikul Charonyeng of Thailand, and Muslima Mudranova of Uzbekistan. great talent in the A group as well. The 50 kg final for women is on the way. So ready to go for the first event then of day 2 from Kitakyushu in this Riverwalk Theatre. Hello again from Will Downing. So a field then of 11 going forward to this. Features the reigning Paralympic champion of China, Hu Dan. She'll be much later on in the competition. Asian bronze medalist Gulbanu Abdil Kalakova of Kazakhstan. A Paralympic bronze medalist from Rio, a world championship silver medalist from last year in Mexico City, Dang Thi Buong of Vietnam. So you can see the 5 entrants in Group B here, who'll be starting with the lighter weights. And they obviously, as usual, will go considerably higher in Group A. So first major championship for Kaya Scholl of Australia. But major wheelchair basketball success for her this year back in Australia. And in terms of international championships, entering a new domain now. .48 is her target. Perfect, 3 out of 3. You got the perfect run through from her coach as well. The entrance and exit stages are to the opposite of what we're used to. I got that absolutely spot on. Of the Queensland Comets in terms of wheelchair basketball from Brisbane. Champions in Australia this year.
Debut the bar is the 52 kilos rack and 11 first and 10 representing Japan, Akiko Nakajima.
So now Akiko Nakajima, this is her first major championship. She was due to compete at the Worlds in Mexico last year, but was a DNS for that, so this will be her first competitive lift. And it'll come at 52 kg. Lives in Kobe. It's a good firm 600 kilometers from here. Bad weather there lately with the typhoon right alongside Osaka, the bottom of Honshu, and also a para-canoeist, but was encouraged by her now Japanese international powerlifting teammate Hiroshi Miura to give powerlifting a go. Nakajima then at 52. Small bit of hesitation on the way up, but it won't be a problem for her. It is 3 out of 3 for Nakajima. Good start to this women's 50 kg final. All good so far, and Nakajima's international championship career is off to a flying start. Turns 43 at the end of the month, Nakajima. And the latest example of an athlete going into another sport and doing quite well out of it. We'll be seeing Akiko Nakajima very, very shortly, but before that, talking about athletes switching sports, here is the former Paralympic and World Long Jump champion. She was 100 metres champion as well at the start of the decade. For Australia, Kelly Cartwright. World champion over 100 metres in the long jump, Christchurch in 2011 at the Worlds there. They were the first Para-Athletics World Championships to be televised, and then went on to London 2012, won gold in the long jump, was silver in the 100 metres final there. Since then, she's, after a 5-year break from competitive sport, by the way, 15th at the World Championships last year, first major championship, who was 7th in Gold Coast at the Commonwealth Games. She had it balanced. 3 out of 3 for her, all 3 of her lifters so far. Good work that was. She's crammed a huge amount into her career. Still only 29 as well, so good start, up and running with a 59. So Akiko Nakajima of Thailand next to go, and she's aiming for 60. Based in Bangkok, 6th at the Paralympic Games in Beijing in 2008. The very, very highest level, very quiet since then. So at 60. Very solid lift. And it's been given her. And again, a clean bill of health, all 3. Giving her the vote of approval. Chief referee for this is Lee Yu-jin of Korea, and the side referees Anthony Simmons of Great Britain and Masaya Kasan of Malaysia.
Thank you. The bar is loaded 65 kilos, first and 10 from Uzbekistan. Muslima Nuruddinova.
Muslima Nuruddinova next of Uzbekistan, aiming for 65. And she is a junior in this competition, her first major championship. And obviously the youngest of this field as well. So aiming for 65. Didn't hang around, and all three referees approving that as well. I can't recall the last time we've had a first round in any event where everybody's been clear and it's been 3 out of 3. It's been a spectacular start to this 50 kg final, and they've all pitched their opening weights perfectly well. So Nuruddinova is clear at 65 and our early leader in the opening round of Group B.
The bar is loaded and ready for the beginning of round 2. 51 kilos, second and 10. Representing Australia, Kaya Scholl.
So Kaya Scholl back again and aiming for 51, and it wouldn't move her up the rankings if she were to be successful. It would still be a kilo behind Nakajima. Fabulous. She's done it again, and once more all three white lights coming on for her. How long can this run of perfect lifting continue? It's great to see. And clear at 51. Great description from a coach yet again on the way through of the different elements that were required of her, and she got them all right.
Thank you. The bar is ready. 55 kilos, second and 10. Representing Japan, Akiko Nakajima.
So Nakajima back again for Japan. Akiko Nakajima. And 55 is what she's aiming for here. So once again, this wouldn't raise her up the overall standings, so it would bring her a little closer to Kelly Cartwright. But just wanting to complete what she feels she's capable of, as opposed to trying to jump in the actual rankings immediately. 55. Well, I'm afraid that was beyond it. Well, she got the lift of 52, absolutely spot on. 55 just her stretch this time, but she'll have to come back and complete it, or try and complete it at round 3. That is our first miss of the entire competition for Akiko Nakajima. Just on the uplift. Too much. I didn't get very far up before the spotters had to intervene.
62 kilos, second attempt, representing Thailand, Akiko.
So next up for Thailand, just adding 2 kg to the bar from the opening round, Pikul Charoen-Ying of Thailand. So 62. Silver in the last 2 Southeast Asian Games. Now the right hand was further in advance of the left when it was on the way up, and obviously has to be straight on the way through, so that is a miss from her, and it was 3 reds also. Won't see it in that particular angle. But she wasn't far off.
63 kilos, second attempt, representing Australia, Cartwright.
So Kelly Cartwright back on again. After clearing 59 in the opening round. Ankle surgery after the 2012 Paralympics, and her successes there, and then was just out of sport for a good few years. Oh, that definitely took a lot more out of her, and it's 2-1 against. Cartwright denied this time. Looked good from one of the angles anyway, from the referee's perspectives.
Thank you, the bar blue, 73 kilos, second attempt, representing Uzbekistan,
Nurdanova coming back for her second attempt at going for 73 here. We should be able to tell you in future championships precisely what the referees were penalising. As there's new touchpads being trialled where instead of yes and no, well, you've got one button for yes, because yes is yes, but 4 no's, so they can tell you technically immediately what they see has gone wrong. Which in the case of Nuradinova was practically nothing, 2-1 in her favour. And she's our leader by a long way now because of all those misses in the second round. In second place is Charonying at the moment on 60, and Nuradinova is our leader with 73. That's the gap at the moment in Group B, with Charonying, Cartwright and Nakajima all missing their second attempt, but Scholl got hers of 51.
Thank you. The bar is loaded. 54 kilos, third attempt. Representing Australia, Kaya Scholl.
So Kaya Scholl back for her last attempt, and it's gone very well so far. Clear at 48, clear at 51, like Cartwright, aiming to be successful in another para sport. And she's got a clean set across the board. 2 out of 3. She rises to 54 kg, and that also puts her above Akiko Nakajima. Good solid lift. And did everything that was asked of her.
Thank you. The bar is loaded. 55 kilos, third attempt. Representing Japan, Akiko Nakajima.
So Akiko Nakajima, who missed out at 55 last time out, going for the same mark again, and she was struggling when it was on the uplift. And it's not that much heavier than what she pulled off quite comfortably in the opening round, which was 52. Seconds to go. Well, she was giving herself time to compose herself and She did breeze through the 52 lift. The 55's a lot more difficult, and particularly actually second time around, so she's denied, and 52 is what she ends with, currently lying in 5th in Group B. Nakajima's giving it a good whirl, and she's got her support here, definitely. It's a quick-ish hop of a flight down from Kobe and Osaka. But yeah, that was just too much. Well, once you stall it all, you're not going to get it. We'll bow to her. That is her first major international championship. She gets clear with a 52. So Pikul Charanjing of Thailand missed out 62 in the second round, going now for 63. Kelly Cartwright having gone for 63 in the previous round. Silver in the last 2 Southeast Asian Games, the ASEAN Para Games. Behind the woman we're going to be seeing in Group A, Dan Thi-Lin Phuong, who won gold the last 2 occasions. And she's pulled it off, and the last lift actually at 62, again, it wasn't the weight, it was just the technique. That one, spot on. So she gets clear with the 63. Gets a little bit closer in terms of the weight of Nurdanova. She was in the mood for it immediately. Good lift. Nurdanova we will not be seeing come back, by the way. She's had her 73 and that's it. And that was a new junior Asian record, by the way. So Kelly Cartwright coming through for 65. And this would go equal at the moment with what is looking to be the first lift in Group A. She is the Oceania record holder. 64, set that at Gold Coast at the Commonwealth Games in April, where she finished 7th. So this for a new Oceania record of 65. And that is why the records are in the books. Couldn't get a lifter, unfortunately. Cartwright bows out at 59. Couldn't get that 65. Missed out at 63 to and against, but that was... yeah, too much this time. So Cartwright misses out on breaking the Oceania record. She wouldn't have minded too much because that record is held by her. Nurdanova setting a new junior Asian record with that 73, and she takes the junior title as well because she's the junior in the field and you have to get a certain mark in order to take the junior gold, and she's done that, and she skips her final round attempt, but she takes the junior. So that's Group B. Into Group A now. The first time that the Asia Championships have taken in the Oceania Championships as well. Paralympic champion. We'll be seeing right at the end of this opening round. Shin Young-ki for Korea. And it's 65 she's aiming for in this opening round. Having finished 5th in the Asian Games in Incheon in Korea 4 years ago. The next one's coming up in Jakarta in the next few weeks. Twice she's finished 8th at the World Championships, and once she's finished 8th in the Paralympic Games. No mark in London 2012 for her. And her husband Cho Soo-nam competed in Athens in 2004 in the powerlifting and the Paralympic Games there. So 65 her opening round tag. Shin Young-ki for 65. That'll be a good lift, and it's 3 out of 3. She's not the leader though, and Nora Danova will be the leader for quite a bit on 73. Particularly if a few lifts start going wrong for athletes in the opening round of Group A. And she got that absolutely spot on.
Thank you. The bar is loaded. 72 kilos, first attempt. Representing Mexico, Maria Paredes Albor.
It's now Maria Paredes Albor of Mexico. She's there somewhere. Here she is. Been in the para table tennis circuit for a good few years actually. She competed at Paralympic Games, World Championships, was very successful in Mexico. Perennially successful in powerlifting. And she's going for 72, which again would not be the lead. Nora Danova not making her final round attempt. That may be for injury. Or maybe that she felt that she couldn't do anything more than 73 for that new junior Asian record, which stood for 5 years, was held by Zara Al-Maliki from the 2013 Asian Championships in Kuala Lumpur. 72 for Maria Paredes. Did all that was required. And Maria Paredes goes into second position ahead of Shin Young-ki of Korea. Kept it even, straight up, and all clear. There you go. So all three referees giving her the
Thank you.
white lights.
76 kilos, first and 10. Representing Kazakhstan,
So Kabira Askarova next for Kazakhstan, and 76 is her target here. No mark in the World Championships for her in Mexico City. Just went in a bit too high. 7th in the Paralympic Games in London 2012. And no mark in the last Asian Championships 3 years ago. So went into those Asians at 80 and kept going up and missed at 82 and 87. So she's entering here at 76. It's the 4th heaviest weight. Our leader at the moment from Uzbekistan, Muslima Nuruddinova, with that junior Asian record of 73, beating the old mark of Zahra El Maliki of Iraq from 2013. For 76. Looks to have got that all right. Askarova, 3 out of 3. And she's our new leader in 76. Kazakhstan already on the medals board here. And she's put herself in contention here. Kazakhstan could pick up 2 medals here.
Thank you. The bar is loaded. 80 kilos, first to 10. Representing Kazakhstan, Gulbanu Abdikalikova.
Gulbanu Abdikalikova of Kazakhstan. Bronze in the last Asian Championships. It was in Almaty in 2015. 4th in the Asian Games in Incheon. And on a global basis, 7th her best. World Championships Dubai 2014, and in the last Paralympic Games in Rio 2 years ago. Finished 9th in Mexico City back in December at the Worlds there. That were unfortunately deferred a couple of months due to the Mexico City earthquake. This 480. Not as straightforward as you would think. She got the lift, but not a good lift, and all 3 against. Abdikalikova with a miss at 80 then. I wonder if that was resting against the chest or not. Perhaps not. It all went red then for her, so it's to be ironed out. You sure? Yes. So here is the reigning Southeast Asian champion, Paralympic bronze medalist, world silver medalist, Asian Championship silver medalist, Asian Games silver medalist at the last 5 major championships. He's won the last 2 Southeast Asian Games titles at the ASEAN Para Games, ASEAN with an E, meaning it's Southeast Asia as opposed to the Asian Para Games. 95 her target in the opening round. Dang for the lead, and it will be the lead. 2 out of 3 for her. Dang, who finished in the silver medal position behind Shi Shanshan at the last Asian Championships in Almaty in 2015. Good lift, under control. Straight and through, and strongly raised, and into the lead. But here comes Hu Dandan, the reigning Asian Games and Paralympic champion. He's already also won gold at the European Open Championships that were in Eger 3 years ago as part of the European Championships. As these obviously are Open Championships too, but we've not had an entrant yet from outside Asia-Oceania, but we will later today. So 108. And this is only 3 kilos below Shi Shanshan's Asian record, set in winning gold ahead of Dang of Vietnam in Almaty 3 years ago. Shi Shanshan is up later in the 55 kg. She's moved up a weight now. She's got that so well, and it's 3 out of 3 that the Asian record could be set to be smashed from Shi Shanshan, her compatriot of China, and it might even come in the next round. She's only 3 kilos off it. Very accomplished, and not much more to add to it from the lady from Nanjing. How about this for a lift in the opening round? Well, followed through also. Well, look at that for a lead as well. Hu Dandan, 13 clear of Dang of Vietnam. Askarova currently in the bronze medal position. Kazakhstan could have 2 medals, as many as 2 medals, or as little as 0, because Paredes is still close up there, and Shin Nuradanova, her competition is done and dusted, having competed in Group B. Shin Young-ki coming in then for her second attempt. She's got 65, aiming now for 70. in sixth position. It won't raise her up a spot as Nuradinova is on 73, but that can be the target for the next round if she gets this. Good follow through, and 2-1 in her favour off the back of that. So Shin Young-ki improves to 70. She still stays in sixth position overall, but all the same, it was quality effort. Voted down by one of the three referees, but the other two satisfied.
75 kilos, second to 10. Representing Mexico, Maria
Paredes Albor going again at 75. Now this would move her up the standings. Currently lying in fifth position, this would put her into fourth. And had she actually had a stab here at 76, as opposed to 75, which she is going for, that actually would, with a success, move her into the medals. But that's a moot point at the moment because that's not the weight she's going for. 75 it is for Paredes. The first athlete outside of Asia and Oceania to be competing this week. So for 75. It's a struggle to get it raised, but she'll be given it. 2-1. And Maria Paredes goes into fourth in the open competition. Obviously, if she'd, there's a few ifs here, but if she had added that extra kilo onto it and got it, then she'd be in the bronze medal position in the open competition, ahead of Askarova, who would still be in the bronze medal position in the Asia-Oceania event. So moves up into fourth position in the open competition. Yeah, real struggle, it was real effort, and managed to get it complete sufficiently to get the nod. Gulbano Abdi Kalakova of Kazakhstan, who missed out in the opening round on 80. This would put her third overall. And because of the presence of Paredes, there are two sets of medals up for grabs. But if Paredes is not in the top three, then there's only one medal presentation, and the other medals, the open medals, will be presented basically behind the stage. So this for 80 to go into the bronze medal position, having missed this in the opening round. And that was cleaner, and that will be given a good lift. And she goes into the bronze medal position. Abdi Kalakova with 1 round to go. A solid lift of 80. Into the bronze medal position for Kazakhstan. Good solid lift and follow through. Puts her into 3rd place. Well, there's quite a joust at the moment between her and her teammate Kabira Askarova, who was in the bronze medal position. This to regain it again, aiming for 81. In terms of body weight, Abdi Kalakova is lighter by 3/4 of a kilo, so if they finish level on weight, then Abdi Kalakova will take it on the head-to-head. So Askarova will always have to go a kilo heavier. Askarova aiming for a major championship medal. For 81. Afraid that was unbalanced on the way up, and won't be given it, but still only 2 and against. So Askarova stays in 4th position overall. Just completely unbalanced on the way up, unfortunately, but did get the lift complete.
Thank you. The bar is loaded 100 kilos, 2nd attempt. Representing Vietnam, Dang Thi Linh Vong.
So with Hu Dan Dan leading on 108, Dang of Vietnam going now for 100. Dang Thi Linh Vuong, the reigning Southeast Asian champion for the last 2 games.
No lift. Dang.
3 out of 3 against. So Dang is denied. Got the 95 lift quite cleanly. But not so at the full ton.
from People's Republic of China, Hu Dan.
So now a big attempt here for Hu Dan in the second round, 113, aiming for a new Asian record. Shi Shanshan in winning gold in Almaty in Kazakhstan 3 years ago at the last Asian Open Championships. Lifted 110, this for 113 and a new Asian record.
The current Asian record is 110 kilos.
For 113, Hu Dan, the Paralympic champion.
One minute.
Champion at the last Asians at 45. Now she stepped up to 50. She's got it up there. It's going to be a split call, but it is against her 2-1. Only one of the three in her favour. That was the view from the right. Isn't horizontally straight the way up. She's still in the gold medal position, and as you can see from up on top, that can be nailed on now. There's still a bit of a contest for the bronze, but gold and silver have been decided, as neither of those positions are going to be challenged by those below. Shin wrapping up in 76. Currently lying in 7th, and this to move up to 6th. Even more than that, I would actually put it 5th for now.
1 minute.
Shin at 76 for Korea. I'd only get it half raised and won't be climbing any further up the table, unfortunately. Just had a bit too much on this occasion. It was an extra 6 onto the bar, and the spotters had to be called in very quickly. Wow, wasn't even either. And just too much awareness there that the lift was gone. And actually a bit of pressure on the right wrist as well by the looks of it, so 70, her best of the day. Maria Paredes Albor now going for 78. This would put her into 4th position in the open competition for the Mexican. 72 and 75 successful with so far. And this 78 looking to overtake Askarova of Kazakhstan. So for 78. Paredes would go fourth with this. She'd have needed an extra 2 for the bronze medal position for now in the open competition. This is 78. And 78 was too much. Bows out at 75. Good combination with a sport in which she's developing. Been very successful in para table tennis for a considerable number of years. Now in the powerlifting circuit as well. Denied at 78. Any thought of adding anything to that and maybe going for medals in the open competition? Absolutely academic, and this is why. Was really straining on the down lift, and then was probably 30% there. The realization that it hadn't gone for her that time.
Thank you, bars loaded 82 kilos, attempt 3. From Kazakhstan, Kitakyushu Askarova.
So what that means is that Kazakhstan will get a medal. And they will get the bronze, but who to? Kabira Askarova is going for 82. After her, Abdikalikova is going for 82. And lighter in body weight, doesn't need to go for anything higher. Abdikalikova would take it on the head-to-head, but Askarova's got to lift this first. Missed at 81 in the previous round. That was a split call, 2-1 against. I can tell you, by the way, Dang is going to have an attempt for gold, currently in the silver medal position. And Hu Dan will have another attempt at the Asian record too. So there's a lot to look forward to with these final 4 lifts. They all have something big at stake. So for 82. Nope. So Askarova finishes in 4th position. Abdikalikova's got the bronze for Kazakhstan, as she did 3 years ago. It's a major improvement for Askarova on 3 years ago in the last Asian Championships, where she didn't get a mark on the board. She has here with a 76, but missed out on 81, the same again here, 82.
Thank you, bars loaded 82 kilos for the third attempt, representing Kazakhstan.
So Abdikalikova has the bronze, and 82 is a lap of honour. For because the main job for her is now done. So a third attempt, and this for 82. She didn't need it, but she's got it. And that's the bronze for Abdikalikova. She'd already secured it, but it's a good way of topping it off. She'd missed in the opening round at 80. And subsequently lifted it in the second round, and now 82 in round 3. And she has another bronze from these championships. Very solid from Gulbanu Abdikalikova. Bronze last time in Almaty, and bronze again now. Kitakyushu.
Thank you. The bar including 109 kilos, 30-10. Representing Vietnam, Dang Tien Vong.
So now it's a battle for gold, and Dang Thi Linh Puong of Vietnam missed out at 100 in the second round. This for 109 to try and take the lead and grab the gold. Middle position away from Hu Dan Dan with one lift to go. For 109, the Southeast Asian champion. If she can get this, and well, it was a huge if unfortunately for her, because she just couldn't get it lifted at all. So it is silver for Dang, as it was at the World Championships in Mexico City. Dang the silver, and Hu Dan Dan gets the gold. Finishes on 95. It just wasn't going any higher. Too much on the bar on this occasion. And that was the end of that. So silver for Dang, as it was at the last Asian Championships, where she finished second behind Shi Shanchan. Today, second behind Hu Dan Dan, who stepped up successfully from 45 to 50. And this an attempt again on the Asian record of Shi Shanchan from 3 years ago. Hu Dan Dan missed out on 113 last time. The bar one wasn't even on the way up, and still it was only 2-1 against. This for 113.
1 minute.
Asian record, having won the gold. Has she done it? Oh, 2-1 against again. Well, she's had two very firm tries. Same story as the second round, 2-1 against. It certainly was a more even lift. She can come back if she wants to for the power lift, the fourth attempt, but the medals are now decided. .108 her successful lift. That has to have been a fine margin on one of those calls against.
Ladies and gentlemen, this now concludes the competition of the women's up to 50 kilos.
So Hu Dandan wins for China with 108. Dang the silver for Vietnam on 95, and Abdukalakova gets the bronze for Kazakhstan with 82. Askarova of Kazakhstan missing out on fourth position. And Hu Dandan takes the gold for China.
Ladies and gentlemen, the victory ceremony for the women's up to 50 kilo category.
皆様お待たせいたしました。女子50キログラム級ジュニアの表彰式を行います。
Please welcome the junior medalists.
それではメダリストをお迎えしましょう。
So now the victory ceremony for this women's 50 kg event. And we start off with the junior Muslima Nuradinova of Uzbekistan.
The medals will be presented by Stefan Berg, Akiko, Director of Competitions, accompanied by Sushuma Yoshida, LOC President.
Nuradinova clearing 73.
The gold medalist representing Uzbekistan, Muslima Nuradinova.
New junior Asian record for the Uzbek lifter, breaking the 5-year-old mark from the 2013 Asian Open Championships in Kuala Lumpur of Zara Al-Maliki of Iraq. Cleared 65 in the opening round, then 73, didn't have a third lift. Beat the old junior record by 2 kg. Muslima Nuradinova, the Asian junior champion for Uzbekistan. Muslima Nuradinova gets the gold for Uzbekistan in the junior women's 50 kg event. And she finished 6th overall in the senior competition. That new junior Asian record.
Ladies and gentlemen, the victory ceremony for the women's up to 50 kilo category.
皆様お待たせいたしました。女子50キログラム級の表彰式を行います。
Please welcome the medalists.
それではメダリストをお迎えいたしましょう。
So the senior ceremony then for this women's 50 kg event. And we could have seen further records in this, the junior Asian record going. The senior one almost beaten too.
The bronze medalist, representing Kazakhstan,
Gulbanu Abdikalikova taking bronze in the last Asian Championships 3 years ago. And bronze again here. She had missed out in the opening round and then had to fight off competition from a compatriot, Kabira Askarova, in order to follow through with the bronze. There's a medal and a present. Quite a competition for gold in the end. Dang Thi-Lin-Pwong, the Southeast Asian champion and a major championship medalist at the last Asian Games, World Championships, Paralympic Games, with a silver medal here. 95 her only successful lift, that was in the opening round, but had a serious attempt at 109 in the last round, which didn't get very far, but an attempt to wrest the gold away. Silver in the end then for Dang Thi-Lin-Pwong. Having mopped up the titles at 45 kg, Hu Dan of China has moved up to 50 and gets the gold here too. Asian champion again, having won at 45 in the last Asians 3 years ago. The Paralympic champion, the Asian Games champion, has been European Open champion as well. There she is, Ocean champion Hu Dan for China. Hu Dan takes the honours then for China. We've heard that anthem a lot to remember. It played 16 times at the last Asian Championships. They took 16 of the 20 gold medals there. It's been a good start for them here as well. They take the women's 50 kg this morning through Hu Dan. Silver for Dang Thi-Lin-Pwong of Vietnam and bronze for Gulbanu Abdikalikova of Kazakhstan. So very good competition, and Muslima Nurdanova of Uzbekistan lifting a new junior Asian record of 73 kg to take the junior gold and the junior Asian record. She would finish 6th in the senior event.
Thank you for coming. Next session starts at 12:35 right here at the Kitakyushu Arts and Culture Center.
Big battle for Kazakhstan for the bronze medal. Kabira Askarova just denied at the end by her compatriot Gulbanu Abdikalikova. Lifted 82 in the third and final round. By that stage, Askarova missed at 82. Abdikalikova bronze for the second consecutive Asian Championships. The Southeast Asian champion Dang Thi-Lin-Pwong successful at 95 in the opening round, but couldn't get clear at 109 with her third attempt that would have won her the gold ultimately. Her first attempt enough to win the silver. And Hu Dan, the champion 3 years ago at the last Asian Championships at 45 kg, steps up to 50 and gets the gold, clearing 108 in the opening round to take the gold. 2 subsequent attempts and a new Asian record of 113. Unsuccessful, but she is the Asian Oceania champion. Hu Dan takes the gold for China with 108, Dang the silver for Vietnam 95, and Abdikalikova the bronze for Kazakhstan with 82. Hu Dan takes continental glory once more, and this at a new weight. So next up, we've got competition in the men's 59 kg, and that'll be in less than an hour's time.